The second largest public school district in the nation prohibiting students from using their cell phones on school grounds. The Los Angeles Unified School District passing a phone ban this week, saying the devices are simply too distracting for students. This comes on the heels of the U.S. Surgeon General's recommendation to place warning labels on social media platforms for teens, claiming those sites contribute to the mental health crisis of our youth. The ban takes effect this January and would keep kids off phones during the entire school day, including lunch and breaks. LA Unified School District isn't the first district to implement a cell phone ban. The state of Florida passed a cell phone ban, and several other states, including Oklahoma, Washington, Kansas, and Connecticut, are considering similar action. Joining me now is Carrie Rodriguez, president of the National Parents Union, and Dr. Dan Robinson, a professor for the College of Education at the University of Texas at Arlington. Carrie, I'm going to begin with you. First of all, good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Carrie, you are not in favor of a cell phone ban, even though you're well read on the dangers or what people feel to be a concern. Why is that?
Well, conflating the use of cell phones and social media and not understanding that families see these devices as critical communication with their children is really going to cause a huge problem. It's 2024, and all families rely on cell phones to stay connected and communicate more than ever, whether it's because of an emergency that's happening in a school, planning after school logistics, or even if a child is just feeling anxious about an issue at school and needs positive reinforcement and advice. It's very clear that parents want clear and open communication channels with their own children. However, the issue of social media and how that impacts our children, it is rightfully of great concern to parents. But when we mix the two together, that's where we get into a really difficult area for parents and families.
So, Dr. Robinson, Carrie is saying to me, or I understand it to be, let's not conflate the issue. We understand that there's a problem with social media use, but so many parents, like she said, rely on the ability to contact their children in the event of an emergency or simply just to know where they are. The use of technology and cell phones is prevalent. It isn't going anywhere, Dr. Robinson. Is an outright ban on school campus a logical step in this day and age, or is there another way to assuage concerns of those who are bothered by the use?
Well, first of all, I don't think a cell phone use ban is going to do anything in terms of mitigating the problem of social media. Kids are in school about 7 hours a day. For the other 17 hours, they're at home or outside of school. So all the problems that are associated with social media use are going to continue as long as kids have access to cell phones outside of school. So I don't think that's really going to solve an issue with the problems of cyberbullying and things like that. With regard to constant contact with your student during the day, what did we do before cell phones? If there was a problem, if a student had a problem at school, they'd go to the office and they'd request to contact a parent. Same way with a parent contacting a child. So I don't think we need to have constant contact with our kids at school all during the day. Sure, there are times when there's a mass shooting that's just you want to know your child's safe or whatever. But if the real issue is safety at schools, that's a different discussion than the requirement to have cell phone access and locate and be able to contact your student all day long.
You know, so much has changed, though, since I have reason to believe, Dr. Robinson, you and I are close in age, that so much has changed since we were in school. I can't even imagine the idea of walking through a metal detector, let alone an active shooter drill. So I understand parents being concerned about what's happening in classrooms now and wanting that constant communication should there be an emergency. But, Carrie, a common sense media survey showed that 97% of kids between 11 and 17 years old use their phone during the school day, and that without a ban, how do we get kids to put these phones down and actually listen to reading, writing, and arithmetic?
Well, and I have to be honest with you, I have 5 little boys from 5th through 10th grade, so I am living and breathing this every single day. But what I am very concerned about is that we are missing potentially teachable moments with kids. This technology is not going away, and we're not giving our kids the skills they need to be able to develop, moderation and regulation skills that we need to have even as grown-ups around these devices, while also capitalizing on the fact that they can be incredibly helpful in terms of having unlimited knowledge at your fingertips. We have to be preparing our kids for the use of this technology, for the jobs and the economy of the future, because it's something that's not going away. And frankly, it's very short-sighted. These bans, don't seem to work. They turn, teachers into cell phone police and also take away from learning time.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.